So consider this. The universe might be rigged in your favor. It sounds a little naive, but let me explain. Michael Jordan was infamous for his trash talking on court. But whenever his opponents trash talked back at him, instead of getting rattled, Jordan used it as fuel for his desire to play better than ever before. The more crowds booed and the more others trash talked back at him, the more and more it only fanned the flames of his passion, pushing him to soar to unprecedented levels of play. Eventually, Jordan's opponents learned never to talk back, because they realized that they were only shooting themselves in the foot. A lot of times, we think we know what inspires us or what brings us down. But what if everything that ever happened, no matter how good or bad, was in your favor? Everything in this world can be inspiring and empowering if we choose to see it that way. We humans have incredible capacity to see things in different ways. Two shoe salesmen traveled to a third world country to do new business. When they arrived, the first one called his wife and said, "Honey, I'm coming back home. Nobody here wears shoes." The second called his wife and said, "Honey, you won't believe what I found. No one here is wearing shoes. I can sell to the whole country." The situation is the same for the two businessmen. One becomes hopeless, while the other is convinced that the situation is in his favor. Who's right? Or more importantly, which perspective is more empowering and full of possibility? In life, there are the obviously good things. A surprise birthday party by your friends, a fantastic concert by your favorite artist, or an epic comeback by your favorite soccer team. Those are all super inspiring. But what about the more everyday mundane things? A great song on the radio, the cute smile of a baby, a penny found on the ground, the pretty reflections of light on the road, the calm and clarity of a quiet morning, a whole day that goes by without any terrible news. A lot of times, we take these things completely for granted. But there's a choice to see all these things as gifts from the universe just for you. And then, it feels like life is always cheering you on, with little nuggets of goodness all over the place, just for you, like it's Christmas every day. And that feels nice. Who doesn't want to receive little nuggets of goodness from life every day? And what about the seemingly bad times? Remember when you were younger and you did that really dumb thing that you learned never to do again? Well, without doing that dumb thing, you would have never learned, right? Maybe all those times we failed in the past taught us how to fall down and keep getting up and getting up and getting up again and again to become more resilient, more determined, more wise, and more loving. Maybe running into these walls, though painful, are really, really good things at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that we should be happy all the time. There are times and places for grief and sadness. If you're going through something tough right now, you're not alone. A lot of us often feel hopeless and depressed. But somehow, when you look backwards at things years later, it's always clear where things were always headed. From the perspective of the present, our sight is limited, and sometimes it might seem like things are going backwards. But from a bird's eye view of life way up high, there's a direction to the universe, and it's forward. Forward towards learning, growth, maturity, and unfolding of who we are. And it's something worth considering. Maybe the universe is rigged in your favor.